Wake up, Carolina. The offseason rumor mill is spinning out of control, and frankly, some of these reports are absolutely explosive. We are looking at a potential blockbuster trade involving our first-round talent that could shake the foundation of this franchise. A critical mandate for Dan Morgan to fix the trenches immediately, and a sleeper backfield addition that could change the entire identity of our offense. The future of the Panthers hangs in the balance right now. This isn't just news, this is the blueprint for survival in the NFC South. But before we break down these massive updates, I need you to smash that subscribe button. Help us hit 1,000 subscribers so we can keep bringing you the raw, unfiltered truth.
We begin with a story that is causing absolute shockwaves through the Carolina Panthers fan base and front office alike. Sources are indicating that there is a legitimate trade proposal floating in the ether that involves sending our promising rookie receiver Xavier Legette to the AFC South. Now let's look at the facts. The return in this proposed deal is an established offensive star who has accumulated 25 touchdowns in recent seasons. From a logistical standpoint, Adam Schefter would tell you this is a classic win now versus build for later dilemma. The Panthers drafted Legette to be a cornerstone, a physical freak of nature on the outside who could grow alongside Bryce Young for the next decade. To move him this early in his tenure suggests a level of impatience or perhaps a desperate desire for immediate scoring production that we haven't seen from this front office previously. The AFC South team in question gets a young, high-ceiling receiver on a rookie contract, while Carolina gets proven production in the end zone. But let me switch gears and talk to you like Stephen A. Smith for a minute, because this has me absolutely fired up. Are you kidding me? You draft a kid in the first round, you tell the world he is the future, you hype up his size and speed, and before he even hits his prime, you are talking about shipping him out? For what? 25 touchdowns are great, I get it. We need points, we are starving for points. But at what cost? You are robbing Peter to pay Paul. You are taking away a weapon that Bryce Young is just starting to develop chemistry with. This is the problem with struggling franchises. They panic. They look for the shiny object instead of developing the diamond in the rough they already have in the building. Xavier Legette have the potential to be a #1 receiver in this league. You do not trade that away unless you are getting a Hall of Famer in return. However, I understand the other side. The Panthers' offense has been anemic. It has been painful to watch. If you bring in a guy who knows how to find the paint, who has done it 25 times recently, you are instantly credible. You instantly give the defense something to fear. It is a gamble of the highest order. It is a move that says we are tired of waiting. But make no mistake, if Dan Morgan pulls the trigger on this, he better be right. Because if Legette goes to the AFC South and becomes a superstar, while this 25 touchdown player declines, it will be a stain on this franchise that will never wash away. This is a defining moment. Do you trust the potential, or do you buy the production? The clock is ticking, and the decision is looming.
If you want to keep getting exclusive insights like this and stay ahead of every rumor affecting our team, you need to be part of this family. Don't just watch from the sidelines. Hit subscribe right now and stay ahead of the game. Moving to the trenches, where the real battles are won and lost, we have a critical update regarding General Manager Dan Morgan and the offensive line. Reports are surfacing that Morgan is being strongly urged to sign a specific, somewhat forgotten center currently available in free agency. We are not talking about the flashy names that demand $50 million on day one. We are talking about a tactical, under-the-radar signing that experts believe is the missing link for this protection scheme. The center position is the brain of the offensive line. He makes the calls, he identifies the Mike linebacker, and he snaps the ball to the franchise quarterback. Stability here is not a luxury, it is a necessity. The analysis suggests that this specific free agent, despite being overlooked by the national media, has the high-grade blocking metrics and the veteran savvy to anchor the middle of the field for Carolina. This fits Dan Morgan's profile of finding dogs, players with a chip on their shoulder who want to hit people. Let me be crystal clear about this, because it drives me insane. How many times do we have to watch our quarterback running for his life? How many times do we have to see a collapsed pocket before the ball even leaves his hands? It is unacceptable. It is negligent. If there is a center out there who can stop the bleeding, Dan Morgan needs to be on the phone with his agent yesterday. I don't care if he's forgotten by the media. I don't care if he isn't selling jerseys. I care about keeping our quarterback upright. This is about respect. The Panthers have been pushed around for too
too long, we have been the doormat of the NFC South because we are soft in the middle. You want to change the culture? You want to bring back the pounding? It starts at center. You bring in a guy who is hungry, a guy who has been overlooked, and you tell him, protect the house. This is the kind of move that doesn't make headlines on ESPN, but wins you football games in December. Dan Morgan, I am talking to you directly. Do not overthink this. Do not try to be the smartest guy in the room and draft a project who won't be ready until 2026. Go get the veteran. Go get the stability. This is not a request. This is a demand from a fan base that is tired of seeing sacks and broken plays. Fix the line and you give this team a chance to breathe. Ignore it, and we are looking at another long, miserable season of 3-and-outs. The choice is yours, but the pressure is mounting, and the margin for error is absolutely zero.
Finally, we turn our attention to the backfield, where a very intriguing narrative is developing. Analysts are now suggesting that the Carolina Panthers should seriously consider signing an experienced running back with a history in both Pittsburgh and Los Angeles. This player, formerly of the Steelers and Chargers, is currently in the process of recovery, which has lowered his market value, but not his potential impact. This is a classic low-risk, high-reward scenario. We are talking about a player who understands the physicality of the AFC North and the versatility required in modern offenses. The scouting report on this veteran highlights his ability to pass protect, something this team desperately needs, and his capability to get the tough yards between the tackles. He is seen as an underrated fit for Dave Canales' system, which relies heavily on a running back who can be decisive and hit the hole without hesitation. The fact that he is recovering from an injury situation means he comes at a discount, allowing the Panthers to allocate resources elsewhere while still bolstering the depth chart. But let's look at the bigger picture here. The audacity to bring in a player in recovery shows either brilliance or desperation, and I am leaning towards brilliance. Listen to me. In the NFL, you cannot have enough depth at running back. It is the most punishing position in sports. You need guys who have been through the fire. A guy who played for the Steelers. He knows what pain is. He knows what grit is. That is the DNA we need to inject into this locker room. We are trying to build a monster here, and you don't do that with just rookies and finesse players. You need a bruiser. You need a guy who has fought his way back from injury and is hungry to prove the doubters wrong. This is the domino effect. If you trade Leggett for a score and you sign a center to protect, you need a running back who can close out games. This veteran option provides that grit. It sends a message that we are looking for fighters. I love the idea of taking a chance on a guy with something to prove. It screams Carolina Panthers football. We aren't the prettiest team right now. We aren't the most glamorous, but we need to be the toughest. If this former Steeler and Charger can walk, run, and hit, bring him in. Give him a jersey. Let him compete. Because competition breeds excellence. And right now, we need every ounce of excellence we can scrape together. This trio of moves, the trade, the center, the running back, it tells me one thing. This front office is not sleeping. They are churning. They are trying to find the formula, and this recovering veteran might just be the secret ingredient that adds the toughness we have been missing for years.
So there you have it, a potential blockbuster trade sacrificing youth for touchdowns, a mandate to fix the offensive line with a forgotten veteran, and a gamble on a recovering running back to bring the grit. These aren't just transactions, they are statements of intent. Dan Morgan is trying to reshape the soul of this franchise in real time. Now, I need to hear from you. Would you trade Xavier Leggett if it meant guaranteed touchdowns, or is that too much future value to give up? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one of them. We are in this together, Panther Nation. Keep pounding, stay locked in, and I will see you in the next video.